I take mental health very seriously. It's in your best interest that you go home. You wanted to go home. You said that to me yesterday.
Yeah, I did.
Mental health, there's no reason for me to be here.
I remember last week saying, I wish they would give these people an opportunity to say, I surrender. I lift my hands up. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And I am so ecstatic that this is something that they do offer because Shreya deserved a break. My man was about to be depressed. I could see he was just becoming a shadow of his former self. So I'm so happy that that experiment has stopped and that Gurleen has, is on her merry way and he can sort of, I think, decompress, but we'll see how far that goes because obviously the expert turned up again to say she had found him somebody else. Hey there, it's your girl Valerie again. Welcome to my channel. So in this episode, I'll be reviewing Love Without Borders, season 1, episode 7. I'll review my couples as I normally do, and we'll see how we go. Anyway, so I'll start off with Shreya and Golem because they're the briefest. I said she was exhausting. I said she was exhausting because she kept going on about women's rights and what rights and what rights. And that, I remember last week saying, had nothing to do with the reason why she'd left America and flown all the way around the world to Dubai to meet a man for. That was not it. And I said, if she wanted to be an activist, she could have done that on the side. Well, the Erica comes to sit down and have a chat with them, and you could see that um, Shreya is just like, oh God, here we go. Because as soon as she sits down, she asks, so what's going on? And Shreya brings up, after we went out, this is what happened. She took out a camera and started recording me, and we were having an argument. And for me, that wasn't it, which is right. And then Golem's argument is that she recorded it because she wanted a point of reference for tomorrow. And it's like, you say you're both intoxicated. People, when they're intoxicated, they are not fully aware of what they're saying and what they're doing at times. So I don't think that it was a good idea. And it was disrespectful for you. And she was, well, I wasn't just recording you, I was recording myself. And at one point, the expert had to interject and say, no, you need to allow him to speak. Because I think Shreya, because of the way he was brought up, he was trying to be very respectful and trying to make sure that he maintained, I think, a certain level of dignity and respect because of his family. And so he said his piece, Golam said her piece about how, she felt, he was minimizing other people's experiences. And it's like, why was it necessary to bring up that topic in the first place? This is something that you could debate a year or two down the line once you started working. Instead of that, you should have got to know this man and his family and not be debating him about equal opportunities, equal rights, and all that, unless she'd come across something. Because her argument was based on things she had read and not her first-hand experience. I think to me, it would have been one thing had she experienced the situation whereby she didn't feel she was being treated fairly, and then she sort of brought him to me that this is how I feel, and then the topic had started from there. But it seems she came in with whatever sort of stereotypes she had in her mind and went at him because she wanted to make sure that he and her agreed on this topic or that he would always say she was the right. I think she's so used to dating people who are yes people that it was shocking for her that she met a guy who wouldn't go along with it. And then the experts asked both of them, and they both said, no, there's no romantic connection. I think if there's anything, Shreya said, we might be working towards a friendship. And then, the expert said, oh, I think it's in your mental health's best interest for you to go home. Gollum is upset. Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? I think you should be saying I'm going home because there's no connection. And guess what? Guess what Kinetic does? They play the clip of her saying, I want to go for my mental health, I want to go home. And it's like everybody can see through your crap. You need to stop. You need to stop talking and just say it hasn't worked and just pick up your bags and go home. So then she had a conversation with production. She told them she wanted to be off mic. Whatever she said to production, next thing is she just picked up her bags and left. And it's like it's, Gulam has a lot of issues. And unless she can address those issues, as I said before, she will never find a partner who will be able to put up with whatever baggage she comes with. It's one thing for you to have your beliefs and your ideas. It's another thing to try and sort of enforce your beliefs and ideas on other people. You're in a romantic relationship. It's not a work relationship. It's not a political relationship that you're in. You're in a romantic relationship. Try and build on the romance first before you bring in everything else. Anyway, I digress. So then Gurleen Shreya went and spoke to his family and sort of explained to them that it hadn't worked out. And the family said, yeah, we could see something wasn't right because it looked very tense at the Christmas party. So I'm not surprised that they could see that it didn't go according to plan. His father tried to push him, oh, you should have kept going, you should have kept going, until he ended up saying, no, I didn't opt out. She opted out. That's when his dad went, oh, okay, if she's the one who's opted out, then there's nothing we can do. I think his parents, Shreya's parents, just want to see him married, and so anyone will do because I think because of his age. Anyway, so then the expert came back and sort of had a conversation with him because Shreya was cleaning up, and because Golem never came back, I think she must have got production to pack her stuff, and she must have left, or she must have taken her stuff when he wasn't there. And I think they're going to try and match Shreya with somebody else. I don't think it's fair. He deserves a break. He deserves to decompress and process what's happened. I don't know why. We'll talk about that next week when that happens. Anyway, from there, we'll go to Chandra and Naim. Chandra and Naim, well, they had a conversation with the expert because um, Naim is upset that Chandra's ex-boyfriend stayed the night and the way they were bumping and grinding. And so they had a conversation, and the expert was telling her, you know, Naim, yes, he does have his faults that he jokes about a lot, but he's also got some very good qualities that you need to take into consideration. So they had a chat, and so at the end of it, they Naim and Chandra decided to give their relationship a try. They did go out. I don't know whether it was New Year's Eve or whenever it was filmed because it was saying 2022 because they were saying it was around Christmas. I would assume it was last year January when the whole thing was filmed. And they had a conversation whereby they were going to work on their relationship. They agreed to give each other a second opportunity. Um, I know Naim. I have to give credit to Naim. He's got his faults, but he's also got his good qualities. Apparently, he's a social worker or something. So he did try to sort of help Chandra because apparently Chandra was in an abusive relationship, a physical abusive relationship before, and the ex-boyfriend had broken her door and stuff. And so Naim got her door changed, and you could see her breaking down because I think it was a constant reminder for her. And I think he felt at least if there was a change, she might want to do better. I don't see them becoming romantic at any point. I think that train has left the station. I think Naim was very excited at first, but I think the boyfriend coming in and stuff, I don't think his mother would agree to it because his mother was already against him entering the experiment. Chandra, I don't think is physically attracted to Naim, and I think that's one of the main problems with their relationship. I think they could end up being very good friends, but I don't see them becoming a romantic anything at all. And then from there, Carmen and Philip. Carmen and Philip, for me, I said train wreck station. Well, they went out. Philip apparently had been fasting social media. He'd sort of been fasting alcohol and stuff. And so Carmen then took him out to a club and it's like, you know someone is trying to stay away from these things. He's told you he's trying to stay away from these things. Why couldn't you take him anywhere else? Why couldn't you take him to a fancy restaurant? Why couldn't you take him to a cinema to watch a movie? Why did it have to be a club? And it seems they went to the club and Philip didn't leave the club until 4:30 in the morning. And at that point, Carmen was going to another club with her friends. I said it before that they got someone from another country in Europe. I don't know where she said she's from. I've forgotten, sorry. And they put her in Ghana just because she's half Ghanaian and they are pretending that she is Ghanaian. I said this before, I'll say this again. They should have matched Philip with a Ghanaian girl. There are plenty of beautiful, intelligent, articulate Ghanaian girls that they could have matched him with, but they decided to do this experiment with someone who is not in it for a relationship. And as they were having a conversation at the bar, then commented, "Oh, Philip, they were talking about malaria, and Philip was saying, "Oh, is it transmitted through saliva and stuff?" And it's like, seriously, go on Google and you find out how it's transmitted through mosquitoes. You don't, Anyway, so they then had this conversation. I felt it some kind of way. I said this before. They're a train wreck couple. I know there was a friend who they said had just arrived from the UK, and what I didn't quite understand the purpose of them going clubbing outside of they just wanted production to pay for them and for them to have a good time, unless production wanted a change of scenery. But hey, it is what it is. And then from there we go to Brian and Donna. Brian and Donna for me. I think, here's my thought. I think Brian is physically attracted to Donna. I think the only thing he's not attracted to is her age because they've got a 3 year age gap. He's 35, she's 38. Um, and yet he makes it such a big deal that, oh, if you want to have children, you're also 35 years old, buddy. In 2 years, you'll be 37. So I don't think you'll find a young girl who might want to marry you at that point. Some people might say you're too old for me. I don't want to marry, someone who's that old by the time our child goes to uni, and whatever. Anyway, I digress. So he we saw Donna playing in what appears to be a high street somewhere in Galloway, and because she said someone had offered to give her equipment and stuff, and Brian came to see her and sort of watch her perform, and you're saying, oh, it's nice to see another side, and it's like make it make sense. Either you like this woman or you don't like this woman. Don't say, oh, you like these qualities and you make it make sense. You're not ever going to find everything you want on your list in one person. So if you like her, say you like her. Don't say, "Oh, I like listening to her music and seeing the other, or her express her lyrics and how she comes across with that." And then at the same time say, "I'm not attracted to you." Anyway, after they went back to their flat, they then wrote a song. It was quite cute, and I thought Brian had a voice, singing voice. It's not like Celine Dion, but it was amazing. It sounded great. So it was nice to see them do something neutral, something that doesn't require a lot of money or whatever. And they were going on about his chickens, and I think Donna had Brian not sort of let her down. I think she would have stayed and married him because I think she has strong feelings for him. I don't know how he feels about her, but I think Donna has strong feelings for Brian, and I can see them getting married. And then my favorite couple, Aaron and Mel. Oh my God, I love Mel. I love him. I think if Aaron is not careful, he's going to. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. He's going to lose an amazing, amazing guy because they said they phoned the expert, and Aaron was asking, "How long do we go for before we say this is not working?" And for me, I'm like, how do the two of you sit there calmly and sort of have this conversation when, Gollum is storming out? I think Aaron's whatever baggage he comes with, his ghosts are chasing him because I think he hasn't fully accepted himself as a gay man, and I think because of that, he is struggling to sort of see himself living with another man. I think Mule is an amazing partner. I think he cannot do any better than Mule because they had this conversation. Then they were sort of asked to repeat lines after the expert, and build. Aaron was asked to put things together, and he said, okay, he would try. They went out for a walk. They sat down. They had a conversation. I think after he self-reflected, then he told Mel that, I want to give us an opportunity. I want to try and see if we can have something. But it's like, this guy is amazing. What don't you see that the viewers are saying? Mule is an amazing partner. You'd be stupid to let him go. Chances of you finding another Mule are highly unlikely. Anyway, they then decided to have a painting date, which I found was very cute. So they were painting and drinking, and eventually they began to draw each other's genitalia. And it was quite cute. It was quite cute. I like them. I really do. I really do. I hope they continue to work, and I hope Aaron allows himself to be open to this opportunity because I don't think he'll find it again, and I think he will regret not giving Mill the opportunity to sort of get to know him and build something a bit stronger. He's always complaining, oh, it's nice to see trees. Yes, the apartment is small because it's for one person, but once the two of you become a couple, you can find something bigger and you can make a life for yourself. This is an amazing guy. Don't throw away. I think people like Shreya, people like Naim would give their left hand, even Philip, to get a partner like Mule with qualities like Mule. And I think this is what Aaron doesn't see. And I think if he broke up this relationship and went back home, and he suddenly has to sit through and watch it, he's going to regret having let this man go. But anyway, I digress. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye, everyone.